Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the BEA part number 10TD433HH1. This is a single button transmitter, keychain style transmitter with a single button. BEA is going to offer their transmitters, and you know it's the transmitter because it has T in the part number rather than R for receiver. BEA is going to offer transmitters in 1 button, 2 button, 3 button, 4 button configurations, and then of course 1 button configurations with flag connectors in both 3 volt and 9 volt sort of power configurations. There's really nothing much done on the transmitter itself. There's a link below this video for programming purposes. There's a link below this video to a document called Technical Data, which is really a product catalog cut sheet of a transmitter and receiver combination. The second link is a link to the instructions. Page 1, the top of page 1 at least, talks about or just briefly discusses the 6 different models of transmitters. Goes into the receiver under specifications. That would be a 10RD433. That's the part number for the receiver. By the way, the 433 is the megahertz. It's the frequency. Obviously, the receiver has to be the same frequency as the transmitter. 300 is also the other common frequency. Page 2 of the document gets into the programming, and you can see there that the programming on the dip switches is really a reference back to the transmitter itself. Pardon me, back to the receiver itself, showing you how dip 1 on off and dip 2 on off will give you the different combinations that are just quite simply described there, with either a toggle, momentary, or an indefinite sort of setting, and then either a half of a second pulse or a 10-second pulse setting can be configured as well. Section 2 of the programming just talks about general operating characteristics, such as to press the transmitter button repeatedly until the blue LED on the receiver illuminates. Just programming instructions. Push plate configuration, that's a generic reference to if you had like a bullard post or a push plate attached onto a wall where you would have a transmitter, but it would be a flag connector type, so that you can connect it to the cherry switch on the back side of the transmitter. Section 4 shows a typical installation that I just basically talked about. And then Section 5 is how to remove transmitter codes. Wiring gets into on page 3 and talks about the terminal wiring that you will see on the terminal strip of the receiver. And there you go. So the transmitter is the easy part. The receiver is the part that takes all the work. There's a link finally below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the BEA products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the full product catalog. The summary of BEA is this. Their material is sold and sold and shipped under a number of private label names. If you're looking for hardware for an automatic door and the name of the hardware is other than BEA, it's quite possible that BEA is the original provider of that material and it's just been private labeled. I suggest that if you have more than infrequent exposure to automatic door hardware or automatic or maybe ADA compliant door operators, transmitters, and receivers, that you at least bookmark the link to the product catalog, because it will likely be sooner or later that you're just going to run into the need to access the BEA product catalog to get yourself a new receiver or replace a lost transmitter, things of that nature. So they're the name comprehensive when it comes to hardware for controlling wirelessly and wired automatic doors. They are an OEM for lots of different people, and their technical support, their customer service, and their shipping lead times is superb. Any questions on the BEA, their part number 10TD433HH1 digital transmitter, or any other BEA product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.